It's midnight where I'm at. But I'm on here talking to y'all about this because it's that serious to me, because I see and understand like what's at stake here. And it's the easiest decision ever when you take away all of that stuff that'll emotionally pull us this way or pull us that way. We look at these two candidates, it is not even close, y'all. It's the easiest decision ever. I feel like Kamala Harris, hands down, is the better choice. Hands down. Absolutely. So people who like Christians, like, man, I've been really upset by seeing so many Christians who are just like, they got people right now, they can't type the comments, so they just typing it in the notes in their phone. Dee-1, you're wanting to kill babies. Dee-1, you want to kill babies, da-da-da. Lord have mercy. Christians not even really about what they be talking about. Because if you really was like, yo, like we really ain't on that, then you would be trying to abolish fornication. That's what you really be trying to do, not abortion. Because God gives us free will. So God gives us free will to do what we want on a daily basis, knowing that we going to still sin. You don't think God could create a version of human beings to where we didn't even have the option to sin? Of course he could. He's God. But God gives us this free will to literally on a daily basis be able to choose and decide what it is we want to do and how we want to do it. And he wants our heart posture to be shaped and our character to be shaped to where we make the decision. We have the choice, but we make the choice not to sin. So that means that work has to be done not on all this policy and this legislation that makes it to where we can't choose stuff, but work has to be done on our heart to where even with the choice, we choose to do what's right according to God. That's what we should be doing as Christians. That's what we should be doing as believers and just as responsible people in this world. That's what we should be doing. But we literally want to make it seem like, man, it's just indicative of the times we live in to where it's like, hey, it's like groupthink and it's like bullying. Like it's really like bullying. Y'all, I'm not finna be bullied by anybody. Like I'm just not. Like I have an anti-bullying children's book that I wrote. I got bullied in kindergarten. That's the last time that happened. I got over getting bullied. I had to do what I had to do. And me and my bully, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we had to do what we had to do. And after that, we actually became best friends. I had to stand up for myself against a bully. That's way back when I was 5 years old. With that being said, that's the times we live in now. And a lot of people, even adults, are afraid of being bullied. And what has happened is because Trump is a bully and tries to be a bully, right? It has bred a whole like online following of bullies who will come and who will troll you and who will be so negative towards you to where it's like online, if you say anything, especially if you're a Christian, other than you're voting for Trump, people will just like, whether it's bots, some of it is bots. You heard me? It's not even real people. But some of it, oh, y'all are real people. And y'all just are comfortable going online and wanting to bully people, yo. Wanting to literally bully people into your vote. But that's how he is. That's how y'all leader is. So I get it. I get it. It's like father, like son. I get it. You feel me? That's not Christ-like. That's not a character trait that Jesus possessed. It's just not. It's not. So for me, I'm just to the point to where it's like, because I know that all of the things, I hear it all and I can just laugh at it. Okay, oh, he being forced to do this, or he's saying this because of this reason, because of that reason. I'm saying it because I'm a genuine human being and I'm not super opinionated on everything that goes on in the world. If so, like I would be commenting on stuff every single day. I'm passionate about what goes on in hip hop and hip hop culture because I am a rapper and I'm in hip hop culture, right? And I'm passionate about other things that are going on like inside the faith, inside Christianity, but I'm also just passionate about humanity. And there's instances to where it's like, oh yeah, like right now I see so much miseducation going on and so much divisiveness that it has made me more and more passionate this election about just being vocal to just get people to exercise their right to vote. But in addition to that, right, because two things can be true at once. So while I can just want to push people to go and vote, I can also have my personal opinion on who to vote for, right? And there are people that are undecided. And I thank y'all so much for tuning in. The people that are undecided and that are just trying to, I know what you are going like through right now. I know what you're going through. You're just like, what do I do? I'm praying, Lord, I'm praying to you for a sign. Well, maybe I'm that blessing that God is sending to help give you a little bit of clarity. Because this is honestly the easiest decision ever. And y'all talking from a dude that don't need no money. I mean that, and I say that so humbly when I say that. Y'all talking to a dude that don't need no money. Y'all talking to a dude that don't need no clout or no fame or nothing like that. Like, that's not something I'm seeking that I don't have already. You know what I'm saying? I'm a public figure already. Y'all talking to a dude that I don't have some job that's on the line that's like, if I don't say this or do this, I'm gonna. And I see people saying that in the comments, and then they type all caps, and then they just leave the same comment 12 times. You got grown men. I bet you, I hope Lil Daddy is on here right now. This dude is married with a whole family. And every time I get on live and be talking about the election, he's just on my live for the whole time, just typing the same comments over and over and over. Anything I post, I'm going door to door today, just getting people to vote. And people putting 2 and 2 together. Well, wait, that must mean D is telling people to vote for Kamala Harris and da-da-da. And dude just want to go in. It's just people that's just like, they just filled with so much negativity that has had a safe space created for it to exist based on that dude, you heard me, based on Lil Daddy, Lil Donald. And man, it's just tough. It's almost like they can't respect. I saw somebody say, I lost all respect for you. I lost so much respect for you. Brother, I don't care about your respect. I don't. Because if I see that you can't just respect me just for being a human being that God chose to create, if I got to do all this extra stuff to get your respect, I don't want your respect, man. I don't care about your respect. What is your respect going to do for me, brother? If I have to be performative and agree with you on this and on this and on this just to have your respect, you should respect me as a human being just based on the fact that I am a human being. Right? So if somebody's like, I'm going to unfollow you, or there's thousands of people, I'm a person who, man, God just keep blessing me. So it's just like, D, I'm just showing you that this exists out there, but I'm clearly showing you that I got you. So I lost 5,000 followers when I first came out and posted a clip of Donald Trump talking to an audience of Christians and then saying that he wasn't Christian, right? And telling people, you ain't going to have to vote no more after this election. Don't worry, I'm going to have it all fixed. And just this foolishness. I'm like, y'all, he playing in our faces. If you're a Christian, he's playing in our faces. Like, it's not even hard. And then they got people who act like they didn't understand that and how obvious that was. And people that's just like, wait, you're not voting for Trump? Instantly, I got to unfollow you, Lost over 5,000 followers, right? By posting that clip. A clip where he is playing in our faces. I'm talking to the undecided voters right now. With that being said, by the way, since then I've gained like 60,000 followers. You feel me? So it's like, okay, you see how that goes. Like, God is like, D, let me get that contamination out of your follower count. And let me just replace it with, with people that ain't gonna say, oh, I can't rock with you no more because you're voting for the Antichrist. Like, I see people saying this stuff, and it's like, what are we talking about, yo? Like, what are we talking about, man? What are we, like really? And I don't think everybody who voting for him, I don't agree with, like, my daddy who is like, oh, if somebody's voting for him, that means that they're racist. I'm not that much of an extremist either way. But he breeds this extremist type of culture and mindset and rhetoric. I'm speaking to the undecided voters here. And I'm just telling y'all, Jesus wasn't moving like that. He wasn't moving like that. He just wasn't. He wasn't. So I'm on a mission in my limited time here on earth to move the way that Jesus moved, to think the way that Jesus thought, and to have a heart that resembles Jesus' heart, and to be a man after God's own heart. Ironically, my name is David, and David was a man after God's own heart in the Bible. That's all I'm doing, y'all. That's all I'm doing. So when I get on here and speak, And I'm dedicating time and energy into putting this stuff out there. And I'm about to go on a whole 22-city tour around the whole country with my man, Brother Ali, who's Muslim, by the way. So you got a Christian and a Muslim going on tour together, right? Make sure y'all get y'all tickets, though, for the tour. I got the tour flyer posted on my main page, my main IG. Go get your tickets. But being days away from that, and I got so many things to get straight with that, I feel it on my heart in a passionate way to pour energy into getting people out to vote for this election, but also to pour energy online. Because I probably should have told y'all this in the beginning, but a dude, and I don't even check my DMs that much, but I think this dude's DM came through to my primary folder because I had replied to him about something, or I had reposted something he did before. But he really hit me tonight like, D, I'm a Christian, bro, and I'm honestly undecided when it comes to voting. And I'm really trying to figure it out. Do you have any perspective that you could give me on this? And I sent him a few voice memos just speaking from the heart about this. And he really was genuinely curious. He wasn't a person who was coming into it with some type of a chip on his shoulder either way. Genuinely had a teachable spirit and wanted to know my perspective. I sent him a few voice memos, told him my perspective, and it seemed to really help him. And we had a very dope interaction and dialogue. And I told him a lot of the same stuff I'm telling y'all right now. And it just helped him to be like, okay, cool. Because he's sitting here like praying and stressing about this and all this type of stuff. Y'all, this is the easiest election ever. Like, honestly, during my lifetime, this is the easiest election ever, during my adult life. This one right here, yeah, it's the easiest one ever. When you just look at the character of the two people and you look at the intelligence level of the two people and you look at the disposition and the like just the way that they carry themselves, the way, yeah, like, yeah, man. So yeah, with Donald, like, he care about his money, he care about his fame, his popularity, his status. It ain't much more he care about, honestly. He wants to incite some kind of riot, you know, if he loses. He definitely wanted to be that again, just like with the insurrection that existed before. And it's going to be all that if he ends up losing. And my thing is like, bring it on, bring it on. Let's see the worst of who we are. But then after that, buddy, like, you all the way out of here. Like, you all the way out of here. Because we got to be able to coexist with black, white, Indian, Asian, Hispanic. We got to do that. That's what America is. It's a melting pot, right? We got to be able to coexist with Christian, atheist, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist people. We got to be able to do all that stuff, right? We got to. With that being said, it's like we got to get like that whole way of thinking that he has made okay and normalized during my adult life, since he has been, like, I guess, running, you know, since like 2015 type of time. Like, we just got to get that all the way out of here. Like, honestly, we have a chance to do that this election by not electing him. But people got to get out to vote. Because unfortunately, he also has like a cult. He has a degree of his following. Not everybody who follows him is a member of his cult. But he has a degree of his following that is a cult. And the thing about them being a cult is that they will do, if y'all want to know the truth, they got a crib that's not too far from here where this man got 12 Trump signs up in his front yard. His front yard ain't even that big. His house about this big. He got 12 Trump signs in his front yard. Nah, brother. You ain't even got that much grass. Straight up. You ain't even got that much grass, bro. Like, your crib ain't more than 1,000 square feet. But you got 12 of them things up? Really? You don't think 11 was enough? Bro, it's like some people are like, yo, like, my whole life is centered around, like, he gotta be in office because of what he represents to me and how he makes me feel okay. And my thing is like, you know what? I'm not for everybody. But just like in hip hop, how people call me names, people threaten me, for me simply saying, yo, making music where we glorifying murder, we glorifying drug dealing, drug usage, we glorifying disrespecting women, we glorifying sexual irresponsibility, that's not okay. Like, why are we so okay with it to the point where we celebrate it, we champion this music, we handsomely reward people for making this type of music. We want to memorize this music, recite this music, knowing that it's life and death in the power of the tongue. The same way me just restoring some common sense inside of hip hop has become so controversial to where Dee-1 is like public enemy number one to certain people inside of hip hop. And my spirit just irritates the heck out of their demons, right? It's the same thing with this election. It's the same thing. All I'm doing is speaking from a very common sense place, y'all. And with the comments turned on, like common sense can get clouded by people wanting to type in all caps. And the same grown men who got their own family, I'm sure their wife's sitting there like, can you give me some attention, please? Like, you on Dee-1's live again? You've been on his live every day for the past month. Really? And they just on there typing and typing and typing away. It's just like, nah, let me just restore some common sense to this. Like, it ain't nothing to have anxiety about. God is still in control. God is still in control. God has not ordained any of these candidates as this is the chosen one. All these false prophets who get online and say, God told me Trump is going to win this. Or God told me that Trump did. Like, bro, that's an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment to Christianity. But all of this is bred from the type of character and leadership that he exudes. And a lot of people have fallen victim to that. A lot of people have fallen victim to that. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all so much, man. A lot of y'all have stayed on this live this whole time as I speak about this. And these are people who truly want to listen because you're not able to type. I'm sure I'm going to go in the comment section of the last video I've posted, and some of y'all going to get y'all rocks off there, you know what I'm saying, and your criticisms of what I've had to say, right? Because I spoke out against your ruler, your king, right? But just in general, y'all, this is for undecided voters. This is your boy. This is Dee-1 speaking from just a very non-emotional place. Just a very common sense place. And it's just like, man, common sense ain't controversial. This ain't nothing controversial about this election. Ain't nothing controversial about it, y'all. Seriously, all right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you get out and vote for sure. And I'll be back on live some more. If there's anybody in Atlanta who wanted to get out and canvass tomorrow, I've assembled a team, and we'll add a few more people to that team. If anybody want to come make some money and just putting some door hangers up and pulling up in people's neighborhoods, making sure that they get out to vote, okay? Because it's very important. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And that's all, folks. All right, peace.